Summer is prime season for many outdoor activities, parties, and picnics, hiking and biking, sailing, and sailing, as in yard sales.
Ah, I like that. Clever. Very clever.
I didn't write it.
All right, well, stumbling upon one can be as exciting as a treasure hunt or as disappointing as a dead end. So if you're thinking about having a yard sale, you're in luck because Local 4 lifestyle editor Jon Jordan joins us to elevate the experience. Jon, thank you for hanging out with us.
My pleasure.
You always have the good stuff.
It's the season for yard sales, right?
Okay.
And you can get some good finds.
Yeah.
You can.
And so my idea of upscaling is not about fancy merchandise. It's about making the event exciting to attend and exciting to throw.
And then that makes it bring in that shmoney, make it more profitable for you as well.
Exactly.
Right.
If you pay attention to those kinds of things, it definitely pays off.
It pays. So listen, but then when you think about it, it just sounds like such a big undertaking.
If you have a plan, which is what I'm here for, it's less of an undertaking.
All right.
So how do we come up with a plan?
Okay, so I have some suggestions here, okay? The first thing is to inform and be informed. And by that I mean inform your neighbors, okay? Let them know that there's going to be an event going on so that you don't have police cars.
Yeah, seriously.
And speaking of, law enforcement, I mean, all communities, whether it's cities or towns or townships, homeowners associations, they have ordinances and restrictions. So make sure that you abide by them.
That's important because it can be that one neighbor who's touchy about this kind of stuff will absolutely call the police. I've seen it happen before.
Yeah, they see a lot of people parking on their street and they're not happy about it.
And it can be the most innocent thing. So good point. What else should we be thinking about?
Well, okay, so the next point is to gather, and obviously you have to gather things for sale, but with regard to that crabby neighbor, check out your neighbors. See if they have things that they want to discard. Help them organize and get rid of things, and you can sell them, and you've done them a favor. It's about public relations.
Yeah, okay.
Are you giving them the full amount that you sell, or are you like, I'll take, 30%?
I mean, you can negotiate.
I love Kim always says what I'm actually thinking. Because I was like, so I'm supposed to just give you all this money after I'm doing the work.
I think you can negotiate that, but I think a lot of people would just be glad to get rid of it. I personally would.
Yeah.
And organizing is also important, okay?
Right. Yes, because a lot of times, like neighborhoods sometimes, like let's say you contact your neighbor and you're like, hey, I'm doing this. And you're like, wait, I want to do that too. Like whole neighborhoods can have these garage sales.
Exactly. And there can be like mega garage sales that go on and on and on for miles and miles and miles.
Okay.
Okay. Organizing your particular yard sale is more about merchandising and staging. That's where it gets creative, okay? I have a little example here. So say you have these curio frames, all right? Instead of just like, putting them together and having them lying somewhere, why not do a little bit of staging? Maybe you have some glasses, okay? So you can create, this is called a vignette, all right?
Some of these up here.
You could, I would put this here.
You did it wrong, Tati.
You didn't do it wrong, but you can do it. Okay. You can do it.
That looks better than what I would have done.
You can, and some coasters.
Yeah.
So these things are, you could sell these things individually, but look at how much more exciting that is. And then you have the option of selling this as a set.
I'm going to walk up and I'm going to say, I'll take it all.
Yeah.
Well, that would be the point. And this is just one example, but if you stage things creatively, the value will go up.
Because now I have a visual of how I can actually use these things. That makes all the difference.
Yeah.
It's why stores merchandise things in windows displays and on mannequins, because everything always looks better.
Yeah, and you're like, I'll take the whole outfit.
Yeah, I have heard, I've sold some stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and if you have a plant in the picture, next to a couch or something, people immediately see it it's cleaner or something, and the value goes up. So
Yep. Think about backgrounds, and it's all about that visual
You're
impact.
staging, you're producing,
yes,
you're
exactly.
producing the photo.
That's how we sell a home.
Yeah, listen, so
Yeah.
once you've planned and you've produced your yard sale, how do you actually get the traffic, Jon?
Okay, well, in this day and age, there are social apps, that you can use. You can go on places like you mentioned, like Facebook Marketplace, but there are specific yard sale apps, and yard sale, fiends check all of
know, that's
those
right.
listings.
They've got all the good stuff in their homes.
But the simple approach is the old-fashioned, yard sale sign. But make sure that this is like my big tip, use a big tipped marker, literally, like they're called jumbo. You want bright backgrounds, you want bold lettering, and if you're doing, this is interesting, research shows that if you do this kind of double stage A, which is now, we don't learn that when we're learning how to print in elementary school. It automatically looks upscale and more enticing. It makes your yard sale look a little tiny details like that
makes people be like, you know what, let me make this less over here at the next corner.
We're staging our yard sale signs
Exactly.
to elevate
everything.
The look.
This is awesome. Well, Jon, thank you so much. You will be back on Thursday with some insider secrets about finding hot finds at yard sales.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
it's exciting.
Something like this.
Yep.
Thanks, Jon.
It's awesome.